Here I was, thinking that I'd make a small video in between a few other videos that I'm working on. But little did I know that I would uncover the most unholy, unshowered, unparented community of children I've seen since I first laid eyes on the UTTP and the My Little Pony community. This video was the most soul-crushing video I've ever endeavoured to make. Whilst doing research for this video, I experienced all 5 stages of grief and am now recording this audio from my stay-at-home emergency clinic. Please send prayers from whatever religion you subscribe to in the comments. Since a few people in this community think this works on an experience basis where you can only critique people if you have enough hours in the game of commentary, I feel as though to establish my presence I have to pick the biggest guy and bash him. So here we go.
Like I said earlier, they act like they know everything, but really, they're just fucking dumb, dude. Like, I've been doing this for 2 years, so I actually know what I'm talking about, dude. You.
I have 5 years, so I'm more experienced than you. Ha ha. Alright, we can get into it now. This is what I will be calling the Copycat Commentary Community, or Triple C for short. In today's video, I will be tackling the drama originally stemming from Catsy and Dark Blue Void. So let's get into a summary of the events. Dark Blue Void made a video about commentary channels. Catsy had an opinion on this video that seemingly was just himself taking this whole YouTube thing way too seriously and leaving a nerdy comment critiquing the video. Dark Blue Void would proceed to enact a generational crash out in the comments, which would result in Catsy making the first video of this saga titled Commentary Kill Yourself Dark Blue Void. This video was a 38-second meme video with an edgy title designed to get views and rage bait the community. Little did Catsy know that this would be the most effective rage bait since Meowba and result in more than 3 commentary channels getting directly involved, which are much larger in sub count than himself.
Like a clown emoji over his face and shit, and this is what I mean by like next level, bro. Like, you can't just tell someone to kill yourself in your fucking thumbnail and title, bro. And later on in the drama, he tries
I'm very curious to see what Catsy's about to say about this. Do we have a guy in our corner?
Yeah, this is probably the only good point in this video. I don't really like that. That was honestly really dumb of me.
Okay, so Catsy, you're a pussy is what I'm hearing. Okay, someone critiques you for saying KYS and you go, that was dumb of me. Yeah, it was. Yeah, you didn't go far enough. Yeah, okay. You should take in Lord Vortex's shoes.
Now guys, the channels that we're going to be taking a look at today is Mr. Noobs, and I am Catsy and Dark Blue Void. And also,
Oh Jesus, I'm in deeper than I thought, guys. Hold on. I'm in well deeper than I thought. Now we have another person named Mask. Fuck you. Mask41. Okay. So Mask41 is on the side of Dark Blue Void, and from what I can tell, on the side of Cryptic Zombie as well. Right? So it's all these guys versus these people. So far, anyway, that I can tell. So this is the big versus battle that we have going on here. And then me, I'm just on the side, existing over here, Underman 105T. How did that even get there? I'm just existing on the side here, commentating on this whole shit fuckery that seems to be going on. Whoa, everybody needs to relax. Catsy, from what I can tell, is an avid member of my own community who takes the opportunity to promote themselves in my server. So I'll take the opportunity to promote my server to you. Feel free to join the Discord and promote your videos as well. First, let's get this out of the way. Everyone here sounds like they have triple XL butt plugs shoved up their nose at all times.
like, bro, that's literally surpassing an edgy joke.
That's literally surpassing an edgy joke.
Think many people would find that a joke, really, bro. Just telling someone.
Yeah, telling someone to kill yourself is really bad. Okay, Catsy, I don't know why you chose to beef with Daffy Duck over here. Yes, I know it's a tad ironic coming from Nasally Me, but seriously, they sound like the entire school D&D club joined the debating team. Out of the 4 main contributors to this drama, being Master 1, Cryptic Zombie, Catsy, and Angry Clippy, Cryptic Zombie is by far the worst offender on the ears, with Master 1 being a close second and Catsy being a distant third. With Angry Clippy sounding like he's that one kid in primary school who throws chairs at teachers and writes letters way too big.
This channel in defense, at least he only has like 35 subs, so it's justifiable. But this is just rage bait, just getting attention. Like, he full-on does not support this guy or is trying to defend him. If he was actually defending Paolo, he would actually have better defenses than this. I mean, he admitted he didn't even like the guy. What more evidence do you need?
I would say he sounds autistic, however at least 2 out of the 4 people here actually are autistic, and I'll prove it to you with this clip.
To do that, I'm autistic as well, and I'm allowed to make fun of them.
I myself is autistic, and, you know,
I can tell. You is autistic. The first major point that these commentary channels repeatedly make is that if you don't like it, don't watch it.
you know, to be honest, if he thinks this video sucks, he could just, like, you know, stop watching and move on. I thought that was common sense, but apparently no, he decided to comment on it.
Which Catsy then correctly points out could be used against their content repeatedly. Why make commentary of something when you could just not involve yourself of it? Why do criticism of something when you can just not involve yourself with it? The commentary channel response to this is, actually, mine is criticism, yours is hate.
Basically, like, there was this one part in Maska's video where he said if you didn't like it, you shouldn't have replied to it, which is literally true. If you didn't like Dark Blue Void's content, you shouldn't have fucking made that comment, dude. Literally not that hard, bro. And he tried to say that, that's a stupid-ass argument or something, because I can use that against all of you. I can use that against all commentators, he said, since you all do the same thing. Now, see, what we do is actually called commentary, bro. What you do is straight up just harassment, dude, so don't even.
Catsy's comment was clearly pointed criticism. Catsy's video, the title, was pointed hate. However, if you look at the actual video, the contents of what's within it, not the clickbaity title, you will soon see that the video is just pointing out an absolute crash out that Dark Blue Void had in the aftermath of that comment. I don't think it's too hard to materialize a world where you can see that you're being hypocritical when it comes to this topic. And I don't think Gatekeeping, who's been doing commentary longer, is going to fix anything, Critical Zombie. I think after 2 years you still have a lot to learn, and you should keep learning. Stop acting like you're an authority figure and they're not, when realistically nobody's an authority figure on what they want to make. The only reason Catsy made such a critical comment was because the other person was acting as an authority on commentary, and because Dark Blue Void was acting as an authority on what's good and bad in commentary, he had a different opinion as another authority on what's good and bad in commentary. Decided to take a very critical, in my opinion cringe, but critical view of Dark Blue Void's video. And now you guys are taking the view that no, that's not the case, he was targeting him with hate and abuse and offensive rhetoric, and that you guys are actually the people who get to define what commentary is, because you've been around longer. I think that is, excuse my French, retarded. And I don't really care whether you take offense to that or not, because we as commentary community people can all have opinions on if that's good or bad. Gatekeeping who gets to have opinions is not only just severely reductive, but you look stupid doing it. Especially when your own content has many of the pointed flaws that you seem to act like you're above.
Intermission time.
Which one of you is watching my shit on a Wii? Bro. Nah, like seriously, what the fuck is wrong with you?
I know you're watching this video, and I do not want to get directly involved with the drama, okay? I just want to talk about it and, you know, give my little honest opinion about all of what has happened
You're
right now.
You're a fucking idiot, because by doing this, you're getting directly involved in the drama. If you don't want to get involved in a situation, don't involve yourself in a situation. I right now, by making this video, am pointedly involving myself in this situation. You, in your first video, while saying, I'm going to cover this, please don't involve me, and then taking a specific side in that video, automatically involves you in this situation. You can't sit here and be like, they're shooting the messenger! When you know for a fact you took a stance in that video, and Catsy has the right to be against that stance. So does Angry Clippy. Angry Clippy seems to have just gotten involved to defend Catsy from what he sees as ridiculousness. And whilst yes, Angry Clippy comes at it from a multitude of very hypocritical angles, saying that you guys are punching down on Catsy who has such a small subscriber count, when obviously Angry Clippy himself has a much larger subscriber count than Dark Blue Void, it doesn't completely invalidate his criticism. You have him on a few gotcha moments, but that does not completely invalidate the fact that yes, you guys are in fact doing what he's accusing you of, whether or not he's doing it as well. You guys are severely punching down on Catsy, who is a channel with only, at the time, less than 50 subscribers. You all being way bigger and honestly just seemingly pointedly unfair towards Catsy. Catsy's first comment was criticism. You labelled it as hatred. The response Dark Blue Void gave was an overreaction and probably more offensive than anything Catsy had done up until that point. Then Catsy reacted by posting a video with an edgy joke in the title, KYS. Catsy's the most edgy person to ever exist, how dare you do the KYS. He was telling Dark Blue Void to keep himself safe, obviously. You are all in some ways copycats. Whether you think Catsy is a copycat of Leafy is Here, whether you think that Mask for One is a copycat of Wraith, whether you think that Critical Zombie is a copycat of any demented retard that you see on the street, or whether you think that Angry Clippy is a copycat of Parlo, it does not matter. Everyone is inspired from everywhere. Overall, I think the other commentary channels decided to blow this situation up to something that it did not need to be. Dark Blue Void is a big enough commentary channel on his own, and if he had the balls to defend himself from such an offensive attack, he would have done it. I don't see why Mask for One, Critical Zombie, or anyone else necessarily needed to get directly involved in this situation, other than your egos got hurt when Catsy also put you guys on the front line. It was Dark Blue Void versus Catsy, I don't see an issue. But you guys seemingly wanted to jump in just to get some views out of it. Not saying that you're using Catsy for clout or anything, but I'm saying you were out of topics and you wanted to get involved in drama. Which I would never do. Catsy has a right to criticize someone's video when he disagrees with it. Catsy has a right to be as nerdy and over-analytical of what makes a good commentary video and what doesn't as anyone else does. Doesn't matter whether you've been doing it for 2 years, 2 months, 2 days, you can have your own opinion. However, my opinion is correct.